Coming up, police believe the I-75 shooter is dead.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Investigators say a body found today in Laurel County is believed to be suspected I-75 shooter Joseph Couch. Police say on September 7th, Couch opened fire in Laurel County off I-75 near exit 49. 5 people were shot. They all survived. It appears Couch's body was found near that same interstate exit. Police say items found near the body lead them to believe it is Couch. WYMT's Madison Carmouche is live in London to begin our breaking news coverage. Madison.
Yes, Steve, the officials hosted a news conference here in London that wrapped up around 9 this evening, and officials just announced on Tuesday that they would be reallocating those search efforts out of the woods and into the community. Now today, the Kentucky State Police Commissioner Philip Burnett announced that a couple who was searching the woods on their own, along with troopers, were able to find a body.
We do have those articles associated with the body that we do feel is Joseph Couch.
The body will now be sent to Frankfurt for an autopsy and positive identification by the state medical examiner's office.
But yes, as a family, as his mother and brothers and friends of him, I don't think they agree with what he did, but still yet that's their blood and that's their family. And yes, I will reiterate, want prayers for the victims, also prayers for that family. He's a human being, and I wish we could have took him alive.
Burnett says while the terrain was treacherous, they believed the environment would lead them to Couch eventually.
Mother Nature will help and aid and assist in a search like this. And this is what happened. You had high temperatures, and then you had the vultures coming out. So time was on everyone's side with this. Not to take anything away.
Police would not say how long they thought that the body had been in the woods, but they did let us know that there was a weapon found alongside the body. In Laurel County, Madison Carmouche, WYMT, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Madison, thank you very much. A couple on a YouTube channel was in the woods live streaming as the body was found. Fred and Sheila McCoy said they had been searching for Couch for the past 6 days. And get this, it all started as a date night idea.
Saturday we come out of here and seen a bunch of vultures up there. And what we've been looking for, if somebody's dead, there's going to be the vultures, follow the vultures. And there's only about 5 or 6. They were lighting on that tower up there. And we figured just a small animal where there was just so few of them. We come back Sunday and Monday and more and more. Today there was about 50.
We have learned tonight that Fred McCoy is a former police chief and Marine Corps veteran. Police said tonight the McCoys will get the reward money. It has been a long week and a half for many in southern Kentucky. People have been on edge, schools were closed, activities canceled, and many questions all centered around the actions of one person. People say this is tragic for Joseph Couch's family, but they say the community can rest a little easier knowing all of this may be over. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what folks are saying about the apparent end to this manhunt.
Sauce Restaurant is right across the street from the Laurel County Sheriff's Office, which is a hotbed of activity after the interstate shootings.
We've helped out with the police and stuff, and we fed them before, so we just tried to get as much as we could to help them, stuff like that.
They joined a lot of people who donated food to the first responders in the manhunt, all the while feeling an unease with a suspected shooter still possibly on the loose. Now that search appears to be over.
I mean, it'd be unfortunate if he did pass away because that is still somebody's family, but if they finally found him, that would still be a really good thing for everybody and their safety.
There was a lot of disruption in the community while the manhunt was taking place. Schools were closed and athletic events were put on hold.
I didn't like it. Should have been at practice, should have been enjoying our sports. That's what a high school student would want.
People say what they went through is surreal and unlike anything the town has ever experienced before.
Really just some disbelief. A lot of people were scared about the situation and what was going on, just scared for their lives.
Yeah, no, we've never had something like this happen in this small town. Like, this is the first time that something this crazy has happened.
People hoping now that life can return to more of a normal. Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
People tell us they can rest easier because there was always a fear that the suspect could try it again. Well, let's break down the timeline now of events that led up to this afternoon's discovery. The shooting happened around 5:30 p.m. near exit 49 in Laurel County back on Saturday, September 7th. Police say 5 people were shot and several vehicles were hit by gunfire. 3 of the people shot were flown to the hospital for treatment. At least 4 of the victims have been released from the hospital. On Monday, September 9th, the Laurel County Sheriff's Office released an affidavit, and we learned Couch texted a woman saying he was going to at least try to kill a lot of people, and then he would kill himself. It also said Couch bought a gun that day and ammunition. For 12 days, multiple law enforcement agencies, including state police, the FBI, and Homeland Security, have been searching for Couch. And just yesterday, Couch was named a fugitive, and KSP said they would be changing up their search efforts. That brings us to tonight, where again, police believe Couch's body was found. You can find all of our coverage since the shooting and manhunt began on WYMT.com and the WYMT News app. Just scan this QR code for a link to download. You can also sign up there for breaking news alerts.
Temperatures today were in the low to mid 80s. That trend will continue for your Thursday. Take a look at the numbers for today. They played out like this. 82 is the high in Hazard, 83 Jackson, 86 Moorhead. Irvin made it to 85, and then upper 70s towards the Somerset, Monticello area, upper 70s towards Clintwood, mid 70s towards Wise. And right now we're seeing temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Look at this, 66 in Hazard, 67 in Manchester, as well as London. Monticello, Irvin, good evening to you guys. You're at 69 degrees. Same story in Ashland, and then 70s from Prestonsburg down to Pikeville. Live pinpoint Doppler radar, we are seeing a clean sweep across eastern Kentucky. Maybe a stray shower just to the east of the WYMT viewing area, but that's about it. Next 12 hours, we'll see the fog start to pick up as we go throughout the overnight hours. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies for your Thursday. Now, tomorrow starts the Black Gold Festival. Now, the question is, throughout the weekend, will you need the raincoat, sunglasses, a little bit of both? I'll have that answer in the first alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thanks. A community in mourning is continuing to honor a fallen deputy. Deputy Josh Phipps with the Russell County Sheriff's Department was shot Monday night. He died at the hospital. Tonight there was a vigil in the town square. A fellow officer, Dustin Bunch, says Phipps will always be remembered as a hero.
Because he cared. No matter the situation, he cared. But again, don't ever hear anything less than that Josh was a hero.
He was the epitome of an officer, and you know, it's going to be a hole that's unable to be filled, and just the fact that we can carry on his memory and carry on what he did and how he was protecting our community. And so.
Phipps was 38 years old. His funeral will be Saturday in Russell Springs. The Whitley County grand jury returned indictments for a mother and her boyfriend who faced charges in a little girl's death. Court records show Denisha Martin, the mother of the girl who died, was indicted on a complicity to murder charge. Darius Wade was indicted on several charges, including murder. Martin's 10-year-old went on a moped ride on I-75 in Whitley County with Wade in August. Police say he was drunk. An SUV crashed into them, killing the child. The family of Amber Spradlin is accusing a county official of spreading rumors about a revenge murder for hire plot. Spradlin's cousin, Debbie Hall, addressed the Floyd County Fiscal Court today, saying Judge Executive Robbie Williams has a copy of a phone conversation between her and an inmate at the Floyd County Detention Center, and has been playing it to others while sharing a murder for hire conspiracy. He says he did receive a recording of the call, but has not been spreading the rumors. And while Hall says she does not believe him, they both agree someone needs to be held responsible for sending the call to Williams.
So there's someone in the jail that's leaking out that sensitive information.
Well, I think after today, the jailer will look into it and see what's happened.
We were unable to get that call, but Williams says it did not include anything that seemed like a murder-for-hire plan. The Hazard Fire Department responded to an early morning house fire in the Combs community. 3 adults and 2 children made it safely out of the home. 2 homes burned, but the other was abandoned. James Barker lives in the area, and it was his sister's home that was destroyed. He says the fire was still an issue hours after it started.
This wasn't too bad this morning, but that wind started blowing and it started burning real good, and it was getting close to this, so I called them again to get them to come back out.
Hazard Fire Chief Robert Keith says depending on the weather, crews will be working on hot spots for the next couple of days probably. This morning, Governor Andy Beshear signed an executive order to ban the use of conversion therapy on minors in Kentucky. The governor says the ban, effective immediately, will do 2 things: prohibit state and federal funds to pay for conversion therapy, and will ensure professionals who attempt to deliver this care are appropriately sanctioned by their licensing board. Supporters hailed the decision, while some critics argued it suppresses alternative viewpoints. It could be challenged in court. A new home was unveiled today for a Lincoln County woman who lost parts of both arms and legs to a rare infection last year. The home was built in just 10 days in Stanford. It's for Cindy Mullins, who suffered 4 amputations because of a kidney stone infection in December of last year. 300 volunteers and hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations made it possible to construct the home. It is 7,000 square feet and was built in just a week and a half.
I was like, there ain't no way. I didn't really know. But seeing all these people, all these contractors, I mean, there's people from every walk of life here. A lot of people are competitors working side by side to do this.
The home has several smart features and allows for control of appliances and fixtures by voice command. It was designed and built especially for Mullins' needs. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, one big group announces it will not endorse a candidate in the 2024 presidential race.
And in the world of weather, we have fog in the forecast, we have temperatures above normal, and we have rain chances, maybe, coming up in a few minutes. So have that answer.
Food. It's our spice of life. Nobody does food like Food City.
This week, save on lean ground round, chicken breast, Kraft cheese, Doritos, or Mountain Dew, and more.
When you think of solid wood bedroom furniture, think Artisan and Post. When you think of Artisan and Post, think American made. When you think American made, think sustainability. Because at A&P, we replant a tree for every tree used. Over 2 million so far. But the only thing you really need to think about when you see our solid wood bedrooms is how good they're going to look in your home. Solid wood bedrooms at Kemper's in Hazard.
Room with a view. That's what you get with the powerful new Toyota Tundra.
The electrified iForce Max powertrain can deliver up to 437 horsepower.
And this was easy. Tundra can tow up to 12,000 pounds.
And it's got the best resale value in its class.
Now you can make room for a new 24 Tundra and get 3.99 APR financing for 72 months, $2,000 customer cash, or a low $449 a month lease.
Nobody knows trucks like Toyota. Let's go places.
How we got here has everything to do with who we are. ARH is a healthcare system that serves our communities by providing excellent care. Service is the very foundation of who we are. Because of our dedication to our communities, U.S. News & World Report awarded ARH among the best high-performing hospitals for the treatment of congestive heart failure and COPD. Our story has always been about who we are. We are Appalachia. We are ARH.
I'm Deborah Alfarone. Join me weekdays at 3 on WYMT for Local News Live. We'll deliver the nation's biggest stories from a local perspective you can trust. Local News Live on WYMT. We're dedicated to Eastern Kentucky.
Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside or have it delivered right to your door. Get it all straight from our doors to yours.
WYMT First Alert Weather, sponsored by ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Former President Donald Trump held a rally on New York's Long Island with enhanced security following Sunday's second assassination attempt. Vice President Kamala Harris warned of massive deportations if Trump returns to office. Both candidates missed out on a key endorsement today. CBS's Skylar Henry has the latest from Washington.
Former President Donald Trump was welcomed by a friendly crowd on Long Island, New York, Wednesday.
We are going to win New York.
The Empire State usually votes Democrat in the presidential race, but Republicans are trying to hold on to the U.S. House and are pushing to protect lawmakers in vulnerable districts. There was a heavy security presence at the rally. The Secret Service says the former president now has the highest level of protection offered by the agency, the same level as a sitting president. The posture follows Sunday's apparent attempt on Trump's life.
A lot of friends and family were spooked, but I'm a diehard. I think he's done good for the country, and I want to be here to support him.
In Washington, Vice President Kamala Harris courted the Latino vote, criticizing her opponent's plans to deport every immigrant in the U.S. illegally. But a new poll shows more than half of Americans surveyed support Trump's plan.
How's that going to happen? Massive raids? Massive detention camps?
In a blow to the Harris campaign, the Teamsters announced for the first time in 28 years it will not endorse either candidate. It also released a poll Wednesday showing nearly 60% of members support endorsing Trump, compared to 34% for Harris.
We interviewed both candidates, and we were seeking commitments from both candidates, and we couldn't get solid commitments on our core issues like the PRO Act, like vetoing national right to work, like staying out of labor disputes.
But late Wednesday, several Teamster councils in battleground states, including Nevada, Wisconsin, and Michigan, announced they're backing Harris. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Late Wednesday, several U.S. national security agencies said in a joint statement Iranian hackers tried to contact what was the Biden campaign during the summer to send sensitive information stolen from the Trump campaign. A spokesperson from the Trump campaign is questioning when the president and vice president's team knew about the material and if it was used. The Harris-Walz campaign says it was unaware of the material, but that a few individuals' personal emails were targeted in a phishing and spam attempt. The Federal Reserve is slashing its key borrowing rate by a half percentage point amid signs that inflation is cooling. It's the central bank's first interest rate cut since the start of the COVID pandemic in 2020 and the largest since the financial crisis in 2008. The unusually large cut is expected to impact home mortgage rates, credit card debt, and many types of loans.
All right, let's get you out the door tomorrow morning. If you have plans to go to Steve's House of Coffee, here's a look at your coffee cast. You can see we'll see a temperature of 66 by the 8 o'clock hour, upper 70s by noon. As we go into the 4 o'clock time frame, we'll go to 84 degrees. And I think Steve is selling those collector's mugs as well, $49.99 at Steve's House of Coffee. Take a look here at your first alert over the next 24 hours. Fog is lit up orange as we go throughout the first part of your Thursday morning. Dense fog is not out of the question. Some places could see visibility less than a mile, especially in that 5 to 8 o'clock time frame. Then it starts to get better as we go throughout the mid to late morning hours. High pressure right now is in control, and it's going to stay in control as we go throughout the second half of the work weekend into the weekend, causing plenty of sunshine. But we've got to get past the little bit of cloud cover first that we have for Thursday afternoon. You can see future view right there as it's out of here. Then we clear out for Thursday, and we'll be A-OK as we go into the day on Friday. Now, if you have plans this weekend, make sure you have the free WYMT First Alert weather app on your device to receive the latest information for your area, including the current temperatures. Right now, a pair of sixes, 66 degrees. Humidity is at 94%, and we have a nice calm wind out there at this hour. So let's go zone by zone for tomorrow across the Cumberland Valley. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s and low 80s. Not bad at all. Same story for the Kentucky River Valley. The outlier will be Norton with a high of 74. And then the big Sandy Valley, we have temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. Again, once we get the cloud cover out of there, then we'll see plenty of sunshine. Then we get into next week. Look what happens as we go into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Rain chances will start to pick up. Rumble of thunder, not out of the question. This is something that we're going to be monitoring as we go into the next few days. Partly cloudy on the first alert forecast for tonight. 62 will be the overnight low. Winds will be out of the north around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Again, we'll start the day off with patchy fog and partly cloudy skies by the 9 o'clock hour with a temperature of 68 degrees, low to mid 80s as we go throughout the afternoon and early evening hours, and then mid 70s as we go throughout the 9 o'clock time frame. That takes us into the ARH 7-day forecast for the weekend is always in view. 85 Friday, 87 Saturday, 86 for Sunday. Sunday is the first day of fall, and boy, oh boy, it's not going to feel like it at all with highs in the mid 80s. Then we go back into the low 80s for Monday and Tuesday, mid 70s for Wednesday. That's the latest first alert forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Still to come at 11, how a 4-year-old boy's furry friend gives him the strength to endure. Next in The Good Side.
I'll take these and a Ghostbusters game, please. Maybe just the Ghostbusters game?
Scare big cash prizes with these Ghostbusters games from the Kentucky Lottery.
Victims of mesothelioma and their families may be entitled to receive a cash award from the estimated $30 billion in asbestos trust funds now available. Over $50 billion has been awarded already. If you have been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by asbestos, call the number on your screen now. We have served victims of mesothelioma and their families nationwide for over 30 years. We have successfully recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for thousands of our clients. Even if a family member has passed due to mesothelioma, you may still be entitled to a cash award. So call now for your free evaluation. We want to help victims of mesothelioma and lung cancer, and your families get the financial compensation you deserve from the estimated $30 billion in trust funds now available. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call 1-800-825-4635 now or visit us at mesofund.com.
How we got here has everything to do with who we are. ARH is a healthcare system that serves our communities by providing excellent care. Service is the very foundation of who we are. Because of our dedication to our communities, U.S. News & World Report awarded ARH among the best high-performing hospitals for the treatment of congestive heart failure and COPD. Our story has always been about who we are. We are Appalachia. We are ARH.
Capture all the Black Gold Festival excitement at WYMT's Selfie Stop. Just grab the Selfie Stop frame, strike a pose, and snap a picture that will last a lifetime. We can't wait to see your smiles at the WYMT booth. See you there.
Visit linkedbylovetv.org to learn more about kidney disease, transplantation, and prevention. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
The fear of losing a pet is distressing for anyone, but the feeling was even scarier for a Texas family who thought their son had lost his best friend, the dog who is helping him overcome cancer. Brittany Crittenden caught up with the family now that his sidekick is back where he belongs.
Do you have a favorite superhero that you like to watch?
Incredibles.
Everyone who knows Hunter knows he's heroic, but even heroes don't feel good sometimes. That's when his sidekick comes to the rescue.
And River.
Yeah. With plenty of cuddles and kisses.
Well, there's no question as to if the dog loves the boy. Yeah. And the boy loves the dog too.
At 4 years old, Hunter was diagnosed with leukemia. He met a therapy dog in the hospital and knew he needed one at home. After his first stem cell transplant, his parents, Robert and Kayla, gave him River.
He was about this tiny.
River has been with Hunter for another transplant and a relapse 2 years ago. The 7-year-old is now in remission, but he's struggling with side effects. He's recently spent 5 days in the hospital. That's when one evening his dad came home and River was gone.
And he's never ran off before, so it was very peculiar as to how or why all of a sudden he would just be gone.
Their friends in Floydada began the search, driving down country roads, putting up posters, and sharing on social media. After several days, the Wells felt like River wasn't coming home, and then got this disturbing voicemail.
Hey, sir, this is Robert, and we found your dog dead on the side of the road.
Their friends looked into the number and found it was linked to known scammers.
It was kind of an emotional roller coaster, really, to go from thinking, okay, it's 6:30 in the morning, our dog is dead, we're going to have to figure out how to deal with that, to, okay, it's 10 a.m. and that's a scammer and maybe your dog is still alive.
Only 15 minutes later, someone called saying they spotted River on their farm while he was skinny, skunk sprayed, and matted.
The only thing that matters is that River came home and that he's safe, and the finders were so kind and didn't want the reward. They said, we're just glad that Hunter has his buddy back.
Now that his sidekick is back, he's helping Hunter feel a little more like himself. Along with being a hero, he's also a really good joke teller.
What kind of pants does Mario wear?
I don't know.
Denim.
Now their incredible family can help heroic Hunter grow stronger.
And we always pray that our lungs are stronger and our body is stronger and our hearts are braver and we can get through any hard thing together.
Brittany Crittenden, KCBD News Channel 11.
Coming up in sports, the Leslie County legend Tim Couch is returning to the mountains. Jack Demler has the reason why next.
Here to come in 175, 100, here to come in 175, 2. I 200 down, count it, here to come in a quarter.
Like successful sports programs, putting together a successful auction takes a lot of planning, organization, attention to detail, and teamwork. And you need dedicated and committed people pulling together. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we've been successfully selling the country since 1965. Ford Brothers Auctioneers. Give us a call or visit us online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Called my mom. It was like, I don't know what to do. And she told me, well, you have two choices. Either need you to change your life for you, or I need you to lose my lover forever. The first time I saw my mom cry was at graduation.
Join us as our communities pull together to power up the pantry. Businesses, organizations, schools, and individuals are encouraged to help. Help us restock our local food pantries on Thursday, September 26th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the following locations: Broadway Square in Ashland, Cannonsburg Walmart in Ashland, Walmart in Hazard, and Walmart in Pikeville. Presented by Kentucky Power and WYMT in support of God's Pantry and Facing Hunger Food Banks.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping. Got a few minutes? You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Visit linkedbylovetv.org to learn more about kidney disease, transplantation, and prevention. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
When you think of great quarterbacks from the mountains, one of the biggest names, and rightfully so, is Tim Couch. After all, the former Leslie County Eagle was named Mr. Football in 1995, was the Gatorade National High School Football Player of the Year in 1995, was drafted #1 overall in the 1999 NFL Draft. The accolades and accomplishments go on for Couch. And on Thursday, his legacy gets cemented forever in his hometown of Hyden. Leslie County High School hosts the Tim Couch statue dedication, and you can watch it right here on WYMT. The dedication starts on Thursday at 10:30 a.m. You can watch it on WYMT, WYMT.com, and all WYMT streaming services. Kentucky Volleyball hosted a top 15 matchup at Memorial Coliseum on Wednesday. What made it even better was it was a battle of the bluegrass between Kentucky and Louisville. The Cardinals coming in after being winners of 3 straight in the series. After dropping the first 2 sets, the Wildcats were able to pick up a win in the 3rd set, but the Cards sealed the deal in the 4th set and went on to win 3-1. Kentucky travels to take on number 2 Stanford on Saturday. Now, if you're like me, the hunt for a red October ended about a month or 2 ago. Well, believe it or not, the Reds were not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs entering Wednesday's game against the Braves. But any hope left whatsoever is officially dead. Just like the season, it wasn't a pretty ending. The Atlanta Braves dominated 7-1, thanks in large part to Marcell Ozuna going 3 for 4 from the plate with a home run. Reds are now officially mathematically eliminated from the postseason. And here is a look at the National League wild card race. The teams highlighted there at the bottom are all eliminated from the wild card race and from playoff contention. The Reds, 10.5 games back of a spot with only 9 games left. That's the math there. The Reds closed the series with the Braves on Thursday and then closed the season against the Pirates, the Guardians, and the Cubs. That's sports. More news is on the way next.
Say the measure of who we are is what we do with what we have. But for us, it's who we have. At ARH, we are a family of committed healthcare professionals. Our strength is our commitment to collaboration across our healthcare system that values our employees. ARH is honored to be recognized as one of Forbes' best places to work for 2023. We are a community of people who want the best for you. Our story is your story. We are Appalachia. We are ARH.
Food. It's our spice of life. Pepper your world with the freshest produce, hand-cut certified Angus beef, and the highest quality store brands. Nobody does food like Food City.
This week, save on lean ground round, $4.99 a pound for 3 pounds or more. Boneless chicken breast, $2.99 a pound. Kraft shredded chunk or big slice cheese. Doritos or Mountain Dew, buy one, get one free, and more.
Value every day, Food City.
I added bleach to my floor cleaner and started to feel dizzy.
My youngest ate the dog's medicine.
I accidentally sprayed myself with pesticide.
So I called 1-800-222-1222, the poison helpline.
A poison expert helped me figure out what to do next.
I was connected to someone who spoke Spanish.
They answered my questions. It was free.
It was confidential.
Keep the poison experts in your pocket. 1-800-222-1222.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. What? My. Oh.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. Innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
Well, are you passing through the town of Arco in Minnesota anytime soon? Probably not, but you should stop and marvel at this crib that was once a gas station. Now it's the unique home of the Herzogs, who have lived here for 25 years, covered in everything from pink quartz to volcanic rock. It may seem random, but the owners say there's more here than meets the eye. An interesting home for sure. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Stephen Colbert's up next. Good night, everyone.